Hey lovelies, welcome back to my channel. If you haven't been here before, my name is 𝘧𝘪𝘳𝘦, and if you have, then welcome back. Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys a book haul. Most of the books that I have got, and I'll show you in this video, are from the Lifeline Chronicle Book Fest. If you don't know what that is, it is a massive secondhand book fair run by like a charity shop here in Australia. And so yeah, most of the books I'll be showing you are from that. And then I've got a couple of new ones that I'll show you as well, which are mostly from Amazon. And at the end of the video, I'll also show you some annotating items that I've obtained in the last couple of weeks that I am very, very excited about. So I really hope you enjoy, and please let me know in the comments if you see any books in this video that you've read and really loved. I would love to chat about those. The first book that I got from Chronicle Lifeline was this Johnny Depp autobiography. I don't think it's a biography, I do believe it's an autobiography, and I have seen it before at the library. I think I may have even loaned it out probably like 6 years ago, so it is kind of an old book and it's not updated, but I do admire Johnny Depp, and he's been a role model for me since I was like 10 years old. Just his acting and his realness, and you know, I can relate to him through anxiety, and he's just a comfort to me, so I'm really excited to read this one. I did get this Pirates Illustrated book from the Lifeline Chronicle Fest as well, because I'm obsessed with pirates. If you didn't know already, that even links to the Johnny Depp book, Pirates of the Caribbean. I am totally obsessed with pirates, and this one is illustrated, I believe. Yes, it is illustrated, so that's really exciting. I feel like this will be really fun and informational to read, and you know, will help me with world building when I come to writing about my own pirates in my own stories. Another book that I got is Celtic Bards and Celtic Druids. The cover of this is absolutely beautiful, and I do collect Arthurian legend books and Celtic mythology books. I did have a phase a couple of years ago where I was learning how to become a bard, which is the first phase of becoming a druid. If you didn't know already, you start off by being a bard, then you become an ovate, and then you become a druid. It does take a very, very long time to practice and learn. It's definitely a long process because you need to build up that wisdom. But yeah, being a bard's all about storytelling and being creative, and I'm not as much into that as I used to be, but like I said, I still am very fascinated by it, and I do like to collect them, so I'm very happy to add this to my collection. The next two books are both to do with England and medieval times. So this one is The Life and Times of King Henry VIII. I am very fascinated by his life as well. I love the TV shows The Tudors. I do quite like to learn about his life, and especially all the different wives he had. That's definitely a fascinating topic. So I'm not too sure how in-depth this book is, but I'm very excited again to add it to my collection. I do believe I got one a couple months ago secondhand that was about King Henry VIII as well. So this is also something that I collect, and on my Kindle I do have a lot of medieval English books as well, especially by Alison Weir. So this will be a nice one to again add to my collection. I did also find this book, The War of the Roses, again another medieval English book, and I'm just so happy to have found this, especially because it says the conflict that inspired Game of Thrones. And hello, I'm a massive fan of Game of Thrones, and I know already that George R.R. Martin was inspired by The War of the Roses for his storytelling and his A Song of Ice and Fire world. So I'm very, very happy to have this on my shelves, especially because it says that. It just makes me happy, and I feel like this book is going to have a lot of valuable information for me to continue learning about this time in history. The next couple of books are probably my favourite that I was able to snag at the Lifeline Book Fest, because Lord of the Rings, Middle-earth. This is a strategy book for a Lord of the Rings game, and I don't play the game, but I don't even care. This is amazing to add to my collection, and it has so much information and pictures and just happiness inside. So this is purely just something for me to collect and add to my Middle-earth collection, and yes, it makes me really happy. The next three items I have to share with you are also ones that I'm very, very, very excited about, because I also have a Game of Thrones collection, and I found these Stark pins. Now, the case is obviously a bit old and tattered. I haven't pulled out the pin yet, but it is of the Stark direwolf sigil. So this will be really, really cute to have on my shelves, because I love having all the little merch bits and pieces. It just adds to the atmosphere, the vibe, the happiness. I got The Ice Dragon by George Martin. Now, I do believe I own this book, but it is in storage, and I'll probably never get it again. So actually, I might have it on my shelf. Let me just check. I already have a secondhand copy of it on my shelves. So I might sell this. I've got some other books that I've unhauled recently that I want to either donate to a tiny library or sell on Facebook Marketplace. So I'll add this to the list, but this is a book I have anyway. It's a cute little read by George Martin and I do love it. The final item that I got from the Chronicle Fest was this illustrated comic version of A Game of Thrones. Now, I have seen this in the books. I'm not a massive comic fan myself, but this was way cheaper than a new one, and I like to build my collection, like I said, and so this I feel like was an absolute steal. It's in quite good condition. It obviously has a slipcover on it, so it's protecting the case of the book, but the actual case is just white. So I do want to keep this case on, but it has lots of color inside, and I feel like this would be a fun read, and yeah, it just makes me happy to build my collection. Because I'm a nerd. I went to another secondhand charity shop while I was away with my fiance, and I did find Law by Alexandra Bracken on the shelves there, and it's in pretty good quality, so I did grab it. It's not a book that I'm dying to read, but it is a book that I have seen previously lots of people talk about, and so it does have my interest. Like I said, I'm not dying to read it, but I am obsessed with Greek mythology or Greek retellings, and obviously this has got something to do with Medusa, and I do believe it's some type of hunting Greek god games or something to do of that effect in modern day New York. So at some point I'm hoping to get to this. Let me know in the comments if you've read it, because I do think it's more of a YA type of book, and I'm more into the adult books at the moment. The next two books I did get off Amazon, and the first one is The Children of Húrin by J.R.R. Tolkien. I have read this book already years ago, and I've never had my own copy of it. So yes, I had to get this one because I kind of do want to read it again. I do have very fond memories of reading it, and it's one of those Middle-earth tales that are just beautiful, and I do have very, very fond memory, and I found this so comforting at the time that I read it. So it's a little bit nostalgic, but yes, I'm happy to have this in my collection finally, and yeah, excited to give it another read. I feel like this has been pretty popular on Bookstagram this year, and that is 𝘋𝘪𝘡𝘪 by Costanza Casati. Now, I absolutely love Greek retellings, and I've been reading a lot of them in the past year, and I'm very, very excited to see Casati's take on 𝘋𝘪𝘡𝘪. If you don't know too much about 𝘋𝘪𝘡𝘪, she is the sister of Helen of Troy. So obviously there's a lot of things going on there. It's definitely a Greek tragedy type of story. She was kind of sold off as a wife, and she goes through a lot of trauma, and I feel like a lot of people, when they've been writing about her, they've painted her as a villain. I'm kind of sick and tired of seeing her like a one-dimensional evil character when I feel like she is a victim herself, and I kind of want to get into more of a three-dimensional story with her. Let me know if that makes sense. It's just a struggle I felt with me reading so many Greek retellings, is they kind of brush over 𝘋𝘪𝘡𝘪. Except for Claire Hayward's Daughters of Sparta, that definitely, you got a whole point of view from 𝘋𝘪𝘡𝘪, and she was, you got to see her grow from a child to a woman. I recommend that one if you want to get into 𝘋𝘪𝘡𝘪's mythology. The next book I used my Dimmix rewards to get a pretty big discount on. I had not stopped thinking about this book for like the last 2 weeks, and I've seen it all over Bookstagram, Booktube and everything. I think because the rest of the series has come out and everyone's talking about it, I'm finally giving in, and I don't think I was part of the community when this one came out, and that is The Ballad of Never After by Stephanie Garber. I see people talking about this all the time, and the cover is so beautiful. I love pink. I'm obsessed with pink at the moment, if you can't tell already, and it makes me feel so feminine, and I'm just... Anyway, I'm so excited to read this. Like I said, I haven't been able to stop thinking about it, so I gave in. I don't even know fully what it's about. I do believe it's like a once upon a time fantasy with spells and curses, and I just feel like I'm going to really enjoy reading this book. So yes, I am just... Please comment below and let me know if you've read this, because I know the hype is real. Let me know what your thoughts are, and if you've read the rest of the series. So I've saved the best book for last. I am so freaking excited to read this book. I read the first one in October last year, and that is A Kingdom of Flesh and Fire by Jennifer Armentrout. And I have not stopped thinking about this series since last year. It was a whole new level for me, and I'm like dying to read this. And I think I've complained in all my videos saying how expensive it is to get this book in Australia. It's disappeared from the bookshops. Anyway, my fiance and I went into some like indie bookshop that's not very mainstream the other day, and I saw this in there, and it was like the gods were like shining down upon this book, and it was way cheaper than it is to get it from anywhere else. So I was like, please can I get it? And I did, and I'm over the moon. I honestly don't even know what else I can say because I'm just bursting at the seams with excitement, and I'm keen to get back into this vampire world and Poppy and you know, and so I have seen a lot of mixed reviews though. A lot of people have tended to like the first book and then not so much like the rest of the series. So fingers crossed that it is good like From Blood and Ash, but we'll see. Let me know in the comments if you've read more than From Blood and Ash and what your thoughts are, because I would love to have a chat about it. I'm so happy. Okay, it's actually getting quite dark now, so I'm just going to quickly show you the annotating items that I have obtained over the last couple of weeks before I go. A couple of annotating items I've got over the past month are these cute little blue book tabs. I really love annotating in like pastel-y blues, purples and pinks at the moment. I don't know, I think it's just because I'm in like this phase at the moment where I love pink and I love soft colors and I'm all like pastel vibes, like feminine vibes. I don't know, it's just what I'm going through. And I got these bookmarks as well. They're like cute little oil painting ones, and they're so cute, so I'm excited to use these. I would love to build a bookmark collection. I barely have any bookmarks, and I get so envious when I see people who have like cute little jars with heaps of bookmarks in them. It's cute. A couple of weeks ago, I did place an order with a fellow Australian small Etsy business owner, and the business is called For the Introverts. Such cute designs, and the shop owner is so lovely. I bought like a annotating kit. She has like the best cute annotating kits. It's like a pastel one that I got. So it's got these annotating flags. It has these like pastel highlighters. I haven't used them yet, but they don't bleed through. She does like demos and everything on her social media, so you can see that things don't bleed through. Some see-through tabs as well, so I can write on the pages without ruining them. A really cute little cow pen. That's really cute. And then I got two of these book tabs, and they're really cute because they've got greens as well, and I love green and yellow and everything. And so yeah, I'm quite happy. I've never really owned much annotating stuff, so I'm starting to build a little collection, and that's making me very, very comfy, very, very cozy, comfy. I'm definitely into the whole annotating thing. I personally don't annotate a lot myself, but I love seeing annotations and I want to get into it more, especially for things that I'm trying to learn or things that I want to incorporate in the future that I can learn from. I don't know, yeah. I also did get another book on Amazon. I haven't received it yet. I'm not going to receive it till tomorrow, so I'll just pop it up on the screen here. I did finally order Jeanette McCurdy's novel or autobiography, I'm Glad My Mum Died. Really, really excited to read it. When it came out a few months ago, I did want to read it, but I always pick fantasy over like real books, like non-fiction books, because I'm a sucker for fantasy. So, but yeah, no, I'm really excited for that one to come, and yeah, I feel like it's gonna be valuable and that I can maybe get some insight or relate to her a bit. Definitely feel like it's going to be quite sad and confronting. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed seeing all these books and items that I've collected over the last month. I do also have some bookish stickers coming, but I'll show you guys that in another video that I'm going to do when I decorate my Kindle. And yes, I'm very happy with all the books that I've collected. I need to make space on my shelves that I just rearranged and add them on there. But yes, I really do appreciate having you here. Thank you so much for joining. Please follow my Instagram. I'll leave the link in the bio. Don't forget to subscribe and like, and I'll see you guys again soon.